What up, brothers? How's it going? If you can hear a cat screaming, it's because this fucking cat wants to be fed, but I'm not going to feed it. So this is a review of Stephen King's It, and this is coming from a guy who's going to tell you the truth about this film, because there's a lot of people that are loving it, hating it, sucking it off, and all that. Now, I'm a massive fan of the book. Now you're coming from an expert. I must have read the book about 70 times. I have an audio book. Every night before I go to bed, I listen to the audiobook. I've listened to it for about 2 years, every night, constantly, again and again and again. It's my favourite Stephen King book. Now, everyone's going to go, well, it's a remake. No, it's not a remake, everybody. It's not a remake. It's an adaptation of the book. Completely different. The first It was a television series back in the 1990s. And I remember watching it when it first came out. Did it creep me out? Yeah, when I was a kid it did. Am I scared of clowns? Not really, I just think they're fucking cool. Creepy clowns are cool. Um, Tim Curry's performance will always be treasured for me. Um, they got a lot of things right in the TV series, and they got a hell of a lot of things wrong. Bill, in the book we all know that Bill is a very tall guy, ginger hair, and I'm going to quickly talk about this that everyone always keeps bringing up, and that's the gangbang scene, okay, where Beverly has sex with the Losers Club. Now, what I think about that in the book is she was doing that to bring them all closer together so they could get the fuck out the sewer. That's all that was for. And if you can't understand that, there's a gangbang and it's terrible. No, that was the reason why that was there. Anyway, enough of this. Let's get on to the film. Now, off the top of my head, I forgot the guy who played it. Just off the top of my head, because this is a spontaneous video. I just want to say he was fucking awesome. I am not going to say it's better than Tim Curry's performance because you can't judge his performance. This is the book, how it should be. If you read the book, yeah, there's a few wise-cracking things from Pennywise, but he's deadly serious and he's deadly sinister. And he nails this in this. It was so fucking perp. His performance grabbed me instantly. Would I have liked to see more of him on screen? Yes. Because once that camera's on him, it's on him, but then it's off him. And I wish we'd have had some more interaction, him with the Losers Club and him taunting them and all that. I just want to say, and everyone said this, and it's deadly true, the Losers Club, the kids' performance, every single one of them was superb. They nailed it. You believed in them. You rooted for them. The film is well shot. Yes, it's in the 80s, but really, you wouldn't have even known it was in the 80s if you look behind them and see a poster and stuff. It has the atmosphere, and yes, there is things that are not in this. Obviously, the werewolf's not in it. Obviously, the Frankenstein's monster's not in it. Obviously, the monster from the Black Lagoon is not in it. Obviously, Jaws, the shark, is not in it. Because basically what the director did was picked all the best parts of the book really and blended them together. Was I annoyed that that some of the characters weren't developed enough, like Henry? I forgot his name after me. Hapstutter, whatever his name is. You tell me in the comments below. But in the book, he's one of the most craziest fucked. He's crazier than fucking Henry Bowers. I mean, he's a fucking nutcase. I mean, killing animals in fridges and that. And I couldn't understand why they couldn't do that. But they killed him off very quickly in the movie, and I was like, well, I really wanted to see what this character was about. But they killed him off, and I can understand that. Um, there is some things missing. They have changed the story a little bit. I mean, the black spot's mentioned briefly. A lot of some of people's characters' backstory has been changed. Um, and it has for a good reason. I mean, and we know in the book that Mike's father dies of cancer, and his relationship with his father in the book is really touching and really, really great. There's no big bird either in the film, and they changed it where his family died in a fire. I was kind of pissed at that. I was like, well, come on, guys, we could have done that backstory a little bit more. with his character, because he seems just to appear and then join the Losers Club. It's a little bit out of place. So I'm not saying the film is perfect, but the score is amazing. I love the score. It's like whatever they did wrong, they kind of made up for it by doing a lot of things right. I loved the movie. I have to be honest. I walked out the cinema thinking I rooted for these people. I was carried on a journey with the group. And, you know, I'm so looking forward to the second part. There's a lot of people slagging the movie off, saying it's jump scare after jump scare. There is jump scares, but some of them really do work. I mean, there's jump scares for a reason sometimes that do work. There's obviously jump scares that just music and rah in your face, and it's like, yeah, fuck off. I don't think it needed all of them. There's a few ones that work really well. I mean, me and my girlfriend were jumping out of a seat at some of it, but, you know, I don't think really that it was creepy enough without that. To me, it was creepy enough. The girl who plays Beverly was phenomenal. They got her character dead on, just like in the book. She smokes cigarettes, she chews bubble gum, she doesn't give a fuck. She becomes a stronger person. She goes against her fucking rapist fucking father, which is dead on the book, and they nailed that. They see Silver, the bike, a little bit. They don't really touch on it, how important that is in the rest of the story. But apart from a few missteps, you know, beat Richie. I mean, Richie, the guy who plays in Stranger Things, was phenomenal in this movie. He was great. He nailed the character. He nailed it, I'd say 93%, because, like, you know, Richie likes to make voices up, and that's his thing. They never really capitalised on that. He was more of a cocky little bastard. His fear was clowns, and we know in the book it was werewolves, because he saw that werewolf movie. It's a phenomenal movie, and I just hope that this is a trend for horror films now. This has set the fucking bar. There's people that, to be honest with you guys, don't watch the television series and go, "Wait, ain't as good as Tim Curry's film. This was a classic." If you watch the old series now, it's kind of fucking lame. It really is. The first part with the kids is phenomenal. The kids in that did a great, a great acting. Second part sucks balls. In my view, television series it just falls flat on its fucking face for me. Hopefully they won't do this. I don't think they'll do this. I think they'll blow us away. They don't mention the Deadlights. You see the Deadlights, but not really mentioned it, because we all know that. One other thing that they do not mention, but they hint a few little times about the turtle. I know the director didn't really want to go into that, but I think he needs to go into that, because that's a big part of the book. Because, you know, you got It, Pennywise the Clown, who's a being.